is somebody who I've had the privilege of interacting with over the last year as their outbound counselor. She is a 2015 graduate of Dallastown High School and did her postgraduate year in Belgium in the French-speaking part, I believe right outside the city of Liège. And she is also, as mentioned, the recipient of the Michael S. Euculano Scholarship for $5,000. Her name is Anastasia Leiphart. Anna, come on up.
Good afternoon. My name is Anastasia, and before I begin, I would just like to wholeheartedly thank the Rotary Club of York and for the funding and the support that I was able to receive, because without it, this exchange year definitely would not have been possible for me, so I am endlessly grateful. That being said, I spent my year in Belgium, and this is where we live in Pennsylvania, and this is the real size of Belgium compared to Pennsylvania, so as you can see, it's very, very small. The district that I was in Belgium is District 1630, and as you can see, this is just a portion of the countries that were represented in District 1630. Because Belgium is so small, there are only 2 Rotary districts for the whole country, so there were a lot of other exchange students. I got to meet people from all over the world and make a lot of friends. The Rotary Club I was a part of was Liège Sud, and there were only the 5 of us that were a part of the Rotary Club. There were about 25 members of the Rotary Club, and at any given meeting there were about 10 people there, so the Rotary Club of York is very, very big. In my club there were 3 Americans and 2 girls from Mexico. The city that I was able to live in Belgium is called Liège. It's the largest city in the French-speaking part of Belgium. And if you weren't aware, Belgium, the majority of Belgium actually speaks Flemish, which is a dialect of Dutch, but about 40% of the country speaks French, and that's where I was staying. Okay. I had 3 host families during my exchange, but I was very, very close with my first host family, Chez Tokuli. This was the home that I was staying in, and this was my host father on the day that I arrived at the airport. It didn't take a long time for me to feel very at home with them, and soon I felt as if I was really a part of their family. This was my host sister Tamia and my younger brother Sebastian, and my host sister was 16 at the time, and my host brother was 12. So my host sister was very kind to me and helped me to make friends in school, helped me to integrate into the young people group, and my younger host brother helped me to learn French by watching cartoons and reading children's books. This is my host mother, Rosemary. She was also very, very kind, and this was our dog. So this is how I got to school every day. It's one of the largest staircases in the world, and it's 374 steps. So it's actually not that bad of a walk, not as bad as you would think, but in the rain it's pretty bad. The stairs are really, really worn down because it's super old, so sometimes when you're going down you kind of slip a bunch. But Liège is a very beautiful city. It has a lot of history in it. This was during Christmas. The whole city was turned into a Christmas village, and this is an old church, one of the main churches in Liège. This is the train station in Liège. It's actually new. I believe it was built no earlier than 2012, so it's one of the nicer ones in Belgium. It's also very large. This is how I would get around to other parts of Belgium. You would take public transport. People don't really drive too much except for to drive to work. Usually a family could only have 1 car, so they were not able to drive you anywhere, so we would take the buses and the trains. And this is me in front of the train station. Okay, and some other places that I was able to see in Brussels. This is in Belgium. This is Brussels right after the attacks. As you can see, there was a very big outpouring of support for the victims and their families. And if you can't read this here, it says, "Make waffles, not war."
Belgium waffles.
Belgian waffles, of course, the best ones. And this is a big, beautiful church that's right in the center of Brussels. This is also in Brussels, the Grand Place. Once every few years, these are all flowers here. So once every few years, they make these beautiful artwork designs with flowers in the center. And this was something that I was able to see and that I enjoyed very much. Some other notable places in Belgium that I was able to visit is Dinant, Bruges, which you may have heard of, Antwerp. This is Antwerp Central Station, which is also a very beautiful train station. These are me and some of my friends in front of the Antwerp Central Station. Some other places that I got to go, actually as a result of another generous donation by the Rotary Club, I got to do some Euro tours with my host family. This is in Paris, Alsace, France, Aachen, Germany, Cologne, Germany, Maastricht in the Netherlands. I was also able to go to Prague. Prague was my favorite city that I saw in Europe, and I definitely recommend that everyone gets to go to Prague because it's very, very beautiful. This is me and my host sister. The Prague Bridge is very, very old. There's a lot of history in Prague. The architecture is very beautiful. This is my host father. He was Hungarian, so he was very much of a character. I also got a chance to go to Greece. And Greece was very beautiful. It was very warm in contrast to Belgium, which was very cold and rainy every day the whole year. So Greece was a nice change. This is in Athens. This is me and some other exchange students in Greece. As you can see, the water is so blue, it's beautiful. We did a lot of physical activity in Greece. We rode bikes up mountains and did windsurfing and things like that. So it was very nice. The architecture, of course, is beautiful. The history is beautiful. The people are very kind. And while I was in Belgium, I was able to make some very great, long-lasting friendships with people from all over the world. This is a girl from Peru. She was actually my first friend in Belgium, and so she holds a special place in my heart, and I miss her a lot. These are two girls from my class, and they were also very kind to me. These are some exchange students from Hungary and two from the United States, and this is another one of my Belgian friends. These are my Belgian friends with one of my best friends who is from Brazil, and some other students from my class. They actually threw me a birthday party right before I came home, so that was very kind of them. And then this is me with all of my class in school. This was my birthday party that they threw me, and this was my French teacher. Really, the whole year was just an amazing experience, and even though it was very hard and I faced a lot of difficulties, I wouldn't change anything about it. I'm very glad I had the opportunity to go, and if I could go back in time and choose a different country, I don't think that I would. So again, I just wanted to say thank you to the Rotary Club of York and the Euculano family for their very generous scholarship, and thank you all for your attention.